Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Star Wars Stuff Podcast. My name is David,
I'm Mary.
and this is where we talk all things Star Wars. And before we get started, we want to thank all of our top tier Patreon supporters out there, like always. Starting off with Liam McCallan, Kevin Leininger, Devin Caffrey, Zach Netzel, Matt Morris, Adam Haber, Front Row King, Cam from Indiana, Mariana Atia Arnold, Rest Jedi 27, Alex Blundell, Indian So, and BC Doomit. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Also, we want to recognize LegionSabers.com. LegionSabers.com, whenever you want to buy a lightsaber, just go to that website. Use the code STUFF at checkout. You get 15% off. Really great lightsabers. I have 3 of them personally.
Nice. Which 3 do you have?
So when they were here for SpaceCon, they had a demo Luke Skywalker, like Skywalker Legacy hilt.
Ooh.
Then it was kind of like chipped away a little bit because you can replace like the rubber parts. And they'd been using that at different conventions and whacking at it and stuff. And they just gave me that one. I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I'll take it.
Nice.
And then I bought Soul's lightsaber from.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
I love the hilt, and it's pretty heavy, and it's the I believe it's the Pixel Blade, and it's programmable. I haven't programmed anything on it yet, just haven't had any time. And they also threw in a battle blade that was baselit.
Nice.
And
I
haven't fought anyone yet with it, but I don't know.
I'd say you should bring them with you to Vegas, and we'll have like a lightsaber duel on the stage as we podcast.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we usually don't podcast on a Wednesday night unless there's big news that drops, and big news has dropped.
I'm in my pajamas right now. I was prepared to be not prepared.
Right. So yeah, I got the text today. I was in the office, and all I saw was everyone writing, "They listen to us. They listen to us."
They listened to the podcast. Craig was so happy. He was so happy, but so upset.
So yeah, maybe they listen to us. I think if you've been listening to us for a while, you kind of know my opinions and thoughts on this. This probably should have happened day one. But we'll get all into our opinions after we get through this article that's on StarWars.com, and I'm going to read it here. It is entitled Darth Vader and Other Original Trilogy Updates Coming to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia Organa are also arriving on Batuu as the Star Wars theme land expands its timeline. Welcome to the new era of Batuu. Disneyland Resort has announced exciting updates coming to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. Beginning April 29th, 2026, Black Spire Outpost is expanding its timeline, introducing elements from the events of the original film trilogy. As a result, visitors to Batuu, the planet inside Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, may cross paths with a few familiar faces, from Darth Vader and Imperial stormtroopers strutting through the streets to Han Solo and Chewbacca reuniting at the Millennium Falcon, all while John Williams' iconic musical themes swirl through the air.
So exciting.
Makes a lot of sense to me. The original
does.
Galaxy's Edge timeline placed Batuu during the era of the Resistance and the First Order, between Star Wars The Last Jedi and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. The new timeline will roll back several decades, expanding to span the events of Star Wars Return of the Jedi and The Mandalorian. Great, makes sense. Ever since Black Spire Outpost welcomed its first visitors in 2019, the land has been growing and changing, adding new characters, attractions, and special events. This new timeline shift is the next chapter in the ever-expanding story of Batuu. We've always seen Star Wars Galaxy's Edge as a platform for storytelling, a land that would continue to live and grow and evolve, explains Asa Kalama, Vice President Executive for Creative and Interactive Experiences at Walt Disney Imagineering. The new timeline means new characters Han and Leia, as well as updates to some shops and even the land itself. Here we break down the biggest enhancements coming to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. So the next big paragraph is familiar faces and new visitors. Wandering through Black Spire Outpost, you never know who you might bump into. Beginning at the end of April 2026, Darth Vader will be landing on Batuu, joined by menacing Imperial stormtroopers. We knew Vader had to arrive, explains Michael Cerna, executive creative director for Disney Live Entertainment. He's the iconic villain, the best villain ever. I agree with that, in my opinion. In his opinion. Vader's as well. Vader's search for Luke Skywalker brings him to the Black Spire Outpost, and visitors may cross paths with the powerful Sith Lord near the TIE Echelon. Now, if you remember the TIE Echelon, that was something that was placed there. That was essentially created for The Rise of Skywalker when Colin Trevorrow was doing the film. And this was supposed to be Kylo Ren's ship, which never came to pass in the last movie. But it's still there. One of the lesser known facts about the TIE Echelon is that it's actually an Imperial era ship. Kalama says it carries the same color markings of all the TIEs from the era. Since Galaxy's Edge debuted, the craft has belonged to Kylo Ren, making it sort of like a vintage car. So canonically, it aligns with the new updated timeline we're celebrating now. Fortunately for the Rebels, some powerful allies are headed back to the Black Spire Outpost 2. Luke Skywalker will be making an appearance, joined by Han Solo and Leia Organa. The Princess and the Scoundrel will be making their first appearance in Galaxy's Edge. The Imagineering and Disney Live Entertainment teams worked closely with Lucasfilm to craft all new looks for Han and Leia, making sure they're ready for adventure on Batuu. Han wears his iconic vest while Leia rocks a battle-ready white outfit. Her hair is up in a practical crown braid, similar to how she wore it on Hoth in The Empire Strikes Back. This is Leia's adventure look, explains Lucasfilm senior creative executive Matt Martin. It's inspired by some comic book appearances from this era, as well as a look that she had in Star Wars Battlefront 2, the video game. But this is really the first time we get to see physically created on a person. And of course, Vader, Han, Luke, Leia won't be the only characters you might encounter. Current fan favorites like Rey, R2-D2, Ahsoka Tano, and Chewbacca will remain as possible characters. Finally, Chewie and Han are together again with the Falcon. Plus, fans may also cross paths with the Mandalorian Din Djarin and Grogu, who will soon be embarking on a new adventure together. As previously announced, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run is getting a brand new mission beginning in May 2026, inviting you and your crew to team up with the Mando and Grogu to track down Imperial officers and claim a bounty. Cerna emphasizes that he and his team want Galaxy's Edge to always feel as immersive and as authentic as possible. To celebrate the new updates, Lucasfilm is teaming up with Marvel Comics to release a new tie-in comic series, revealing the backstory on how and why the Empire and the Rebels came to Batuu. Bringing in all these familiar faces means that you never know who you might encounter under the spires. Rey, for example, might pop up closer to Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, which is remaining unchanged, while you might catch a Mando or Ahsoka wandering through the bustling marketplace. And of course, R2-D2 will be roaming throughout. Cerna adds with a laugh. He's in all of these stories. Now, the next paragraph is new looks at familiar locations. Every corner of Black Spire Outpost has a rich history, and rolling back the timeline means that fans can experience some familiar locations in an all-new way. We're also thoughtfully going back and thinking about all the backstories of some of the shops that exist in the land, Kalama says. Because we're set in a new era, some are run by new proprietors. One of the biggest changes is coming to the existing First Order cargo, which will be getting a refresh under the new name Black Spire Surplus. Located near the TIE Echelon, Martin describes it as sort of a military supply shop, packed with exclusive offerings from around the galaxy. We're going to see things from the Rebels, Martin teases. We're going to see things from the Empire. It'll be your one-stop shop for faction gear. It's kind of what it is now. Just the differences with the new add-ons. The shop also has a rich backstory. Martin explains the Black Spire Surplus was founded by two former clone troopers who fought alongside each other in the Clone Wars and became close friends. Years later, One of those soldiers joined the Empire and served as an Imperial stormtrooper, while the other signed up with the rebellion. But as they got older, they decided to retire and team up as friends and business partners, opening their new venture on Batuu. Additional updates are also coming to Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities, Savvy's Workshop, and Droid Depot to ensure those locales feel like a part of the earlier time frame. Doc is always getting new shipments and new antiques, Martin says. We're going to see some new items on display, potentially some Easter eggs that people will recognize from some of the more recent live-action TV series. A galactic soundtrack. Music has always been a key element of Galaxy's Edge, and now that soundtrack is expanding too. As you wander through the market or stand under the Millennium Falcon, you'll now hear themes from John Williams' iconic score pulled from the first 6 films. That means that over in Oga's, DJ R3X will be spinning the beloved Cantina Band. It is so unbelievably emotional and impactful to be standing in front of the Falcon or next to Savi's and hear the Force theme gently playing in the background. I agree. Kalama adds, it totally transforms your emotional response to the land. I agree. The result, Kalama hopes, is a Galaxy's Edge that feels more immersive than ever, inviting visitors to experience their own Star Wars stories in an all-new way. We spent a lot of time agonizing over every last detail, he adds with a laugh. And that's it.
Dude, that's pretty exciting. So I have a Disney pass for Disneyland. And I think like one thing to really note about this is happening at Disneyland, not Disney World.
Yes.
So if you live in Florida and you're hearing all this and you're getting super excited, don't. It's not, at least it's not happening there yet, which I mean, makes sense. They usually do Disneyland first.
Right.
So as a Disneyland person, I'm super excited. I'm super, super excited. But my thing is, if they're doing this for just regular park days, what are they going to do for Star Wars night? Because all these characters are in Star Wars night in one version or another. It's not like Action Leia, it's Classic Leia and Han together. And then you get Padme, Chewie, Rey, R2, Ahsoka, and even Luke Skywalker. I've like seen him roaming around randomly too, very rarely and stuff. So it's exciting to see different versions, exciting to get more. But also, you were always able to see Darth Vader in Tomorrowland. What's exciting is they're all going to be in Galaxy's Edge.
The other thing, I don't think it was in the article, but they're flip-flopping Kylo Ren with Darth Vader, essentially.
Yeah.
Which
Correct.
is going to make you think about The Hunt for Ben Solo. And yeah, we're kind of losing him in Batuu. But apparently he'll be at a place where he can still do the meet and greet stuff.
Yes. So, you know what? So it's not there anymore where they do the meet and greet in Tomorrowland. It's called Launch Bay.
Yes. Yes, Launch Bay. Yeah.
They pretty much have turned it into a like museum type thing that's always closed.
Yeah.
And so during Star Wars night, all these characters, including Darth Maul and other characters, the Tusken Raiders, Ewoks, they're kind of all over the place in Tomorrowland, throughout Disneyland and stuff. So you can see all these characters and more at Star Wars night. And that was the big appeal and pull for Star Wars night, was you get to see these characters you don't ever get to see. So I'm very curious of what they're going to do for Star Wars night. Because if you can get this on a regular park ticket, then what's the point of buying a Star Wars night ticket?
Well, sounds like they're going to have to up their game.
I hope so.
They have multiple different costumes out there. I know they got like Rex, and they'll probably have like Ahsoka. And I think they have like...
They've done Sabine and Ezra before.
And they have a Scout Trooper, I believe, has done that. And they have the speeder bike out there. But yeah, it's interesting that they're doing this now. I mean, you would figure. I mean, common sense tells you that this is probably a change for the reasons of they want to get more people to the park. I think this will do it. I think this is a good step to that. Initially, I was always in the mindset of, why didn't you just do this day one? I know that they're trying to do the immersiveness thing, and of course, the sequel trilogy was Disney's creation, and they wanted to interweave the park with that storytelling and everything. But
yeah,
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, they were confident in it, apparently, but it wasn't really the safe bet. And back in 2016 or 2017, whenever they announced it, and I've been thinking about this lately, all the older fans were super excited to see this stuff that is going to show up now in April and May. And they didn't realize that they weren't going to get any of that. And they just all ended up just going back to Star Tours, which is outside of Batuu. And
correct.
They were just like, I could just do Star Tours the whole time. It's fine. And it's like, no, it shouldn't have been like that, though.
But even Star Tours got redone, where now you're seeing Ahsoka and Andor and Mandalorian, and you're not getting and Kylo Ren. You're not getting those original trilogy characters even in that. So they really did this big push to push out all the original trilogy characters up until the Mandalorian, when Luke made an appearance.
Yeah.
I think what Disney was trying to do when they first started creating Galaxy's Edge is, how do we make this enjoyable for people who don't like Star Wars or don't know about Star Wars, right? So let's create a whole new story where they don't actually have to know anything or know anybody.
Right.
And I think that was kind of their big goal. And then they came to realize, like, that was such a or it only took them so far. I wouldn't call it a mistake, but it only took them so far.
Yeah. Galaxy's Edge was too inside baseball. It was too much that you had to, like, do your homework, do your research, figure out what's going on. And then, of course, the pandemic didn't help.
No.
That just kind of threw everything in disarray. I've been to Galaxy's Edge, let's see. I've done it once at Disneyland, and I think I've done it 3 or 4 times at Disney World. And I knew about the Bright Suns greeting, but I never got it the whole time I went, because it was post-pandemic and it wasn't as immersive as it was before. And I really wish I would have gone day one to check it out. I think I actually had the opportunity. I just didn't go. So, and it's odd, but then again, when you think about it, it's almost like Disneyland is kind of the beta test for this.
It is.
To see if it's going to be like huge numbers, if people come back. And what I was mentioning earlier, what I was thinking about, it's like, I don't see or hear a lot of the old head Star Wars fans. Like, where'd they go? They just left. I don't know anyone older than me, other than Craig, that thinks about Star Wars anymore, you know? And
well, you know what the other part of it is?
Yeah.
Celebration. They're gearing up for Celebration.
No, I don't think necessarily that. All the older people have a lot of money. They can do this and Celebration. So it's like, I mean, where was the marketing person there? It's like, you want to cash in as much as possible.
But that's why I think they're doing it a year ahead, and why they're starting with California. They're like, okay, Celebration's coming to LA in a year. Let's set this up for a year, get people in here, things like that, talk about it. And then when Celebration comes, everyone who's flying into LA for Celebration, Disneyland's a hop, skip, and a jump. I think it's about 40 miles away. That's it.
Yeah, Adam Haber on YouTube says, I heard Disney World's Galaxy's Edge is getting Ben Quadranaris. So I think that'll make James really happy. But yeah, it's very interesting. Han and Leia are going to be walking around. Are they going to interact with each other? How much can you interact with Han? Is he going to be in the cantina? I mean,
the cantina's small and it's a tight space. Unless he's behind the bar, that would put that
That wouldn't.
cast
Well,
member in a bad spot.
I was gonna say it doesn't make any sense with canon, but it's almost like
At
they're
this
not really
point,
thinking about all that. And when you
yeah,
think about it, they've been doing things out of canon and the timeline for a while now with
yeah,
Ahsoka and the Mandalorian just kind of walking around and
yeah. And
yeah,
I think that was the beta. I think that was kind of the beta testing. Was
yeah,
like, okay, let's put the Mandalorian out. Let's just give them characters we know they like, right? The Mandalorian, Ahsoka. They gave us a little bit of Luke, right? And
yeah,
what Disneyland does really well, anytime a Marvel movie drops or show drops, that same day it drops, that Marvel character is walking around Avengers Campus. And I kept
yeah.
thinking, why
That's
aren't they doing that at Galaxy's Edge?
yeah, that's great marketing. I
Yeah,
mean, and it's
exactly.
commonsensical marketing. It doesn't take a marketing genius to be like, hey, this movie's coming out. Let's stick this character that we have. I mean, people
Yeah,
can be hyped about the movie, go to the movie theater, then come to Disneyland, talk to the character. I mean, it's the whole deal, and
exactly.
the consumer ends up paying hundreds of dollars, if not thousands. So
I'm already trying to make a reservation for that day.
yeah,
So I already plan on making a reservation for that day, the day the Mandalorian Grogu movie premiere goes, like releases and stuff. I'll be at Disneyland because I know they'll have specialty things there for it.
yeah,
Um, I'm excited for how they're gonna redo some of these shops because they need such a an overhaul. Like I can only go into the Empire shop so many times and look at the same 5 pins and 3 T-shirts. So
there's gonna be more original trilogy merch,
yeah.
which I think is
I'm
gonna
ex-
sell really good.
oh yeah. And I'm excited for this little bit of backstory of these two clone troopers and stuff. It makes me think of Rebels with Rex and Wolf and stuff and how they kind of
Yeah.
all went their all separate ways and came back at retirement together.
Yeah, yeah. I know there were rumors of adding more rides.
I
It
don't know where
looks like,
though.
yeah, I mean, it looks like that is not on the horizon. It looks like they're going to shut down Rise of the Resistance for
Hmm.
repairs. There was a
January
post that was
20th.
put out that made me think it was going to be shut down indefinitely. And I was like, oh my gosh.
No, they're just doing some refurbishment. It's just it gets dusty, it needs paint jobs.
Right.
They
Yeah.
probably have to clean like the floor so that the trackers work appropriately and
Yeah.
stuff. Because that ride, if it shuts down, it's like down for the whole day.
Yeah. And I know the cannons, I think, have like
Oh
had
yeah.
issues.
They
Um,
barely started getting them to work again in the last few months.
yeah, both Disneyland and Disney World.
Mhm.
Kylo Ren's been shut down a few times. I've seen some videos on like TikTok where he's just like slumped over when you see
Yeah.
him in the ride.
Okay, here, so there, that's the main version, and then the beta version is it pivots you to look at a screen where it makes you think you're looking out into space, and he's in his like TIE fighter. Why do I
Yeah,
like the beta version so much better than that animatronic? It just
yeah.
seems so ridiculous when like the ship breaks behind him, and he's just like, ah.
That's a really fun ride. Once
It
you,
is.
I mean, experiencing all that for the first time is really cool. And then at the very end, I guess, spoiler alert, you get dropped in that little
Yeah,
like car that you're in, and you're in the battle, and it's such a great feeling. I mean, I'm not a person that like hates that sensation like a whole
the
lot.
falling.
Yeah, it's the elevator sensation. That's all it is.
Yeah,
And it's like it's cool because you're feeling that sensation and you're going through the battle that's happening all around you, and it's so cool, but it's so short. It
yeah.
lasts for like 4 seconds, man. And it's like, oh, it's like, why can't the whole ride just be this? So that's what they need to do. They need to
Yeah.
make a ride a la Tower of Terror where you go
Hmm.
up and then you just fall and then it raises you back up and you're just in battle and you fall And
We're
I
just
would
flying through.
love that so
But
much.
that's Star Tours. That's what Star Tours is most of the time.
A little
You're
bit
going through
more
a
aggressive than
cadre.
Star Tours,
You
and a
know why?
little
Because
bit
Star
more
Tours is like a big
technologically
space.
advanced, I would say. But yeah, Star Tours is great. They've
Yeah.
updated it with Ahsoka and The Mandalorian and Andor. Terrific. We love that. Don't ever get rid of that. It's a classic ride. It
Yeah.
works. It works on so many levels. Little kids can get on it easily. You feel
If
safe.
you
You
have
feel
motion,
safe the whole
you
time.
do, because it's a big space and you're sharing it with like 20 or 30 other people.
Yeah. Never get
Mhm.
rid of that, Disney. That is a great ride. Craig and I rode it for we did it like 5 times straight. There was no line when we went, and it was awesome.
Nice.
It was fantastic.
So now we have to go to Disneyland while you're here for the Mando and Grogu movie.
Yeah, I would really love to do that.
Yeah, that'll be a fun podcast trip. A Disneyland day.
Check out all the characters in. Yeah, I'm actually hyped. I'm interested to go back now. Before, I was thinking actually this past week, I was like, I ain't ever gonna go back to what Galaxy's Edge is if they stay the same. I just
Yeah.
have no desire. And their timing is like impeccable with me. So
Well, there's a lot happening this year for Star Wars, which is crazy because they're not doing so every year Disneyland does Season of the Force. They're not doing
Yeah.
that this year. Which is like,
Yeah.
whoa, you're not doing Season of the Force, but you're rehauling all of Galaxy's Edge's storyline.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
And it makes me think that there's something else, a few things more up their sleeves that they're going to unleash on us. And hopefully it's cool stuff.
I would love to see a Grogu animatronic walking around, not just being carried around by the Mandalorian character. So right now, the Mandalorian Din walks around with a like animatronic Grogu in a pouch.
Right.
And they just released those mini droids that walk around on their own. So I feel like the next logical step is a Grogu droid that's going to be walking around on its own.
How would that work with the park attendees and little kids? The little kid's going to run and try and pick it up.
They do that already. So like the cast members, they really kind of like huddle around it and they like stop the kids all the time. They already run into that issue with characters.
So it's already
and
figured
stuff.
out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And I know that puppet is like $1 million on set. And with technology, I think the animatronics are just about there. But it's going to be sad to see them fall over. But I mean,
sad or adorable.
I mean, there's going to be his character design is advantageous because he wears that like potato sack and it covers like his feet. So you could have a bigger like.
Maybe he's not going to be wearing that after the movie.
Oh my gosh. He's going to be wearing the chainmail.
Yeah. Maybe he'll be in full Mando gear. Who knows?
Get the Mando helmet on him.
Aw. No, his cute little face.
Yeah, there was a guy taking the what you see behind me, that puppet, and then putting the Mando armor on it. And I think he was like charging like $300 to do it. It looked really cool. Or maybe it wasn't that puppet, that 1-to-1 scale. I think it might have been another toy. And it was right when it was like, I think after season 1.
I've seen art and I've seen animations of it, but I haven't seen it like as a toy or anything so far. So you have to send me that. I feel like that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I think I have it saved in all my old pictures. Because I was seriously considering it because it looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Might have been after season 2 because we weren't thinking about putting the armor on.
2.5. Season 2.5.
Yeah, Boba Fett.
When you got the chainmail.
Yeah. Well, no. They were putting just Mando armor on him.
Oh,
like a helmet and his ears stuck out. And then like the chest plate and all that.
Cute.
So
yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I have a magic key. I go very regularly and stuff. So this is a very welcome change because as someone who has a pass, like I feel the exact same way you did. It's like there's no point for me to walk through Galaxy's Edge unless I'm gonna go to Oga's Cantina for a drink or gonna try to jump on Rise of the Resistance if the line's not too long. But once you've been there a couple of times, like there's not a lot of fun hidden things. Like they brought in the bounty hunter game if you have the magic band
Hmm.
and stuff, and that was fun for a day or two. But again, it's like once you've been there once or twice, you don't really need to do it again. So it really needed this change to just pull people back into that space of the park outside of the two rides and bar.
Yeah, Zach from Japan here says, I want to ride where I'm shocked by Palpatine and arms ripped off.
I think that's what I'm excited for. Han and Chewie together. That is going to be a fun dynamic.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. So
Hmm.
the whole getting shocked by Palpatine, I think there's a way to do that. I think if they set up the scene, maybe like the Death Star scene where
No.
he electrocutes Luke, and maybe you just see part of, I don't know, I'm just spitballing here, but you see the lightning come out, and then you're behind like the wall or something. And then if they could create like a static electrical shock that can shock you if you choose to, I think that would be cool.
So on Mickey and Mickey's Runaway Railway,
Hmm.
the seat you're sitting on, Goofy presses a button and it does like a shock and it's just like a quick vibration to give you the effect of being
Yeah,
shocked.
they would probably go with the vibration then.
They would probably do a vibration.
I don't remember that. I've rode that ride.
It's like at the very end, he goes, "Oh, what does this button do?" And then you hear him get shocked. And then your seat vibrates as if you're getting shocked.
That is a good ride. I really love.
Hmm.
I mean, just the brightness and it's so vivid.
The artwork in it is
Yeah,
so good too.
yeah.
Mickey's face bothers me, but that's another podcast for another day.
So the other thing that I wanted to talk about before we move on is the music.
I know, I'm so excited. That's the thing I'm the most excited for.
Yeah,
That is the thing I'm most excited. Like I said, I've been able to see these characters. I go to Star Wars Night. I see them in Tomorrowland.
yeah.
It's the music change. OMG, I'm so excited. Trust me, I love DJ Rex, but John Williams' theme as I'm walking up to the Millennium Falcon is a whole nother ball game. I'm so excited for
It
that.
is. It honestly is. And I mean, I haven't done it yet. Hopefully, I can do it sooner than later. But one of the greatest experiences, one of the greatest Star Wars experiences I've ever had was creating my lightsaber. And they had that particular music playing. Oh my gosh, it was like so super emotional.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, this is like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
I think that it's got to be top 5 for me. And
Oh yeah.
maybe top 2 for like emotional experiences in Star Wars. Um, and yeah,
I
the
also got to
music.
do that.
I mean, it's simply the greatest movie music of all time, and not to just have it playing, and not to use that and leverage it. Talking like a marketing person here, but just to have that in your like tool bag and not use it. Now they're finally gonna use, like who told them to do this?
We did.
I think we did. Yeah, maybe they
We
listened to
did.
us. So yeah, that music. I mean, once you're in the right mood and you see the Falcon and you hear the score, oh my gosh, it's gonna hit you hard.
Yeah.
It's just gonna knock you off your feet.
I think so Austin and I, we were there for Galaxy's Edge opening. There was a deal. So it was a raffle to get a ticket to join for opening week. And you got to pick a day and stuff like that. So we won that. But there also had a deal if you had a hotel room, if you booked a hotel room on Disney property, you got to go in for a day as well. So we did both. And we booked the hotel for the next day. So we got to go 2 days in a row. The first day was pure chaos. And we had no idea where anything was. People were not directing things like that. So day 2, we went in with a plan, and we divided and conquered. And I ran to Savi's workshop to get our names in,
Yeah.
and he ran to Oga's Cantina to get our names in.
Mm.
So we went to Savi's, and we both got to make lightsabers. But here, I don't know if you guys can see it. This was opening day at
Oh, that's
Galaxy's
awesome.
Edge. Yeah. And then we got to do Savi's workshop, and that was one of the best experiences I've ever had. We should do it. We should do it again. Yeah, here it
Yeah,
is. So that was day 2.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great hat.
I think he still has it. I think.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people out there I've discovered that really fell in love with Batuu and Black Spire and basically what they did out there. Also with the Star Cruiser out in Disney World.
Yeah.
There's a big community of people that all booked the reservations and did the whole hotel thing. And of course, it's now shut down. But
Do you know what they use that space for? Offices.
I've been told that it's an interesting situation because whatever type of deals that were made or rules they have to follow in Florida or that county or whatever, it can't be used for anything really. It's like an interesting thing. That's what I know. That might not be correct, but the last I heard was that it's not used for anything. They're not doing anything with
just
it. And
empty
apparently
space.
They can't do anything with it because it'll be breaking some type of contract or something.
Oh, yeah. Florida is kind of weird like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess they're just losing more money than they were making, and they were charging a lot for that experience. The experience was awesome. That's what I heard, but it wasn't the experience I think that fans wanted. And now it seems like they're kind of coming around to like, hey, look, they want Han Solo. And see, spoiler alert for Star Cruiser, Han and Chewie were on it. They just never advertised it.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like...
You had to do a specific theme package kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you got to pick your own adventure. And if you do the Scoundrel one, you get to see Han and Chewie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people do love the music. I mean, it doesn't really bug me too much, but it's like if you have John Williams classic stuff for Star Wars, you use that. You probably want to do that.
I wonder how much of this is happening now because of contracts.
Yeah, that's the thing we don't know. As the general public, we don't know for sure. It's been said that it's been said that possibly the reason why we weren't getting all these classic characters was due to licensing still, even though that George Lucas sold it to Disney. There was some payment that would have to be placed, something in the fine print or something that we weren't really aware of. So
paying for the likeness of Mark Hamill was asking for a pretty penny to use
right, and they're paying up, I think.
I think certain contracts are done because even there's certain Disney owned and created things that are now going out to general public because they've let contracts and licensing and things like that lapse. So
right, yeah, there could have been a lapse. Exactly, that's a possibility. We know with like budgeting, there was supposed to be like this big creature ride where you're supposed to have like a group of people, kind of like a little like slow moving, like double decker type bus situation, and you would be on a big creature and you'd just be able to like cruise through the park. That fun. Never happened. There's supposed to be a big restaurant. That never happened, and that kind of moved over to what the Star Cruiser became. And I think there was one other thing. I think there was actually a coaster, an outdoor coaster situation.
If they reopen the Star Cruiser and you got to pick an original trilogy theme where it's like you can stay on this side of the hotel and it's Empire Strikes Back storyline. And you get to live out the Empire Strikes Back storyline as like one of the characters. And then on the other side is a New Hope kind of thing. And then you get to go into Batu and do scavenger hunts like they were doing and stuff. And you get to get a meal at Oga's and a drink and stuff like that. And you over there, that's where you meet Han and Leia and Chewie and stuff to make a deal. And it becomes a part of your adventure. Would you pay? Well, how much were they charging for 2 nights for a family of 4? $7,000.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think it was like $2,000 a person. Would you pay that for? Would that be the turning point to shell out that kind of cash for that kind of experience?
Well, luckily my family doesn't like Star Wars, so they wouldn't go. It would just be me.
I think you couldn't go solo. Like you had to. It had to
Well,
be like
I would go
you
with
pay
my
for the
friends.
room. Yeah.
Because we were talking about that early on with the podcast, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we'll all go and do it." And then we saw the price, then we're like, "Well, maybe we won't." And then it was like, and then it was going to be like, who gets the beds and who gets the little bunk beds? And then we kind of figured out, okay, well, we know who the bigger people on the team are. And who the smaller people on the team are.
That one got me and I hit the mic. You know what? I remember seeing the price point for it and I looked at Austin. I said, let's just go to Paris instead.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Let's go to France.
People were comparing that to taking big time overseas vacations, and you actually did it.
We spent 2 weeks in France for less than what it was going to cost us to do the Star Cruiser. We did the math. We did all of it because I said we can spend 2 weeks in Paris or we can spend 2 days in Florida.
Oh, wow.
What do you want to do? We did 2 weeks in Paris.
Yeah. So Adam on YouTube asked us this question. Aside from this change, what's one other thing you'd change about the parks?
Oh, Disneyland specifically, the price point. Like the price point versus, so I've had a pass for at least 13 to 14 years. So I've seen the park change and grow and change and get worse or get better in different forms and stuff. I go a lot for just to like hang out, have lunch, get on a ride, look at merch, things like that. I like to just go enjoy the atmosphere. I collect pins, etc. I'll just go walk through Galaxy's Edge. So for me, a lot of it was like, oh, I'll go have lunch. And back in the day, it would be like $10, have lunch, it'd be fun. Not have to make a reservation and plan it all out or hope that there's a reservation for the day I just so happen to get out of work early kind of thing. So I think if I had to pick something, it would be getting rid of reservations and creating a better price point. And I'll say this, like, I don't mind paying the prices that they are at now if I knew that was going to pay for better wages for cast members. But unfortunately, that's not the case.
All right, I'm extremely selfish. Tatooine, Hoth, and the Forest Moon of Endor. Those 3 locations. I mean, think about it. In Disney World in Orlando, you're like extremely hot, sweaty. You stroll into Hoth, you cool down. You go from the stands. You go from the stands.
Look, it doesn't have to be realistic.
And this suggestion here. So you go from Tatooine. You're sweating your butt off, and then you stroll into Hoth, and you get that refreshing sensation of going to Echo Base and not knowing if a Wampa is going to pop out and get you. Oh my gosh, it would be so great. And then you hear the AT-ATs in the distance. I mean, it writes itself, just like these films that we don't have yet.
It reminds me of Zootopia. When you go from one area to the other, how are they going to do that, though? We're talking about...
what do you mean, how are they going to do that? I mean, they just cool the air, just shoot like cold air.
Really big fans.
Can I just
They're
say that when we podcasted on Sunday night, I ripped into Disney on how they needed to make this happen. Did I not? Just
You
on
did.
Sunday night. And now look at it. Wednesday.
listening.
It's already done. They're listening. We know you're listening, Kathleen. We know you're listening, Mr. Filoni.
This is
Mr.
her goodbye
Iger,
to us.
and we appreciate you. But I've got a bone to pick. Okay? I've got a serious bone to pick, and you guys know what it is. What are you doing not fixing Orlando? You're doing it in California. You got to do it here too.
So my
What are
theory
you
on it,
waiting
Craig.
for?
My theory on it, Craig, is they're doing Disneyland first because Celebration will be here in a year from the time, literally 1 year from when it opens here. It'll be Celebration. So they're giving everyone a year to go in, talk about it, get excited. So when people come to Celebration, they'll want to go to Disneyland as well.
Why can't they make these changes now? They're just changing out characters. Start with the characters.
But that's the thing. I think
replace
these characters
Kylo
have
Ren
been
and
here.
Stormtroopers. It's not a hard change. Just switch out the
These
character. Let's start
I
there.
think that's a licensing. I think that's a licensing contract
They own the
issue.
license.
Because in California, all these characters have been here in California. I have a picture of Luke Skywalker walking around with R2D2 in Batu, Disneyland. Batu
We've
West.
had Luke here occasionally, and we do have Mandalorian and Grogu, but
Us
that's
too.
all we really get. We don't have Ahsoka. We don't have.
We
We
had
get
a-
Rey and Chewbacca, but there's no. And we get the remnant stormtroopers and Kylo Ren, but we don't get like Ahsoka or a lot of the characters, Boba Fett, Fennec Shand. We haven't gotten them here.
We have all of them. Do you guys do Star Wars Night in Florida, or is that specifically a Disneyland
No, they
thing?
didn't do it here. They've done it in the past, but they didn't do it when they did that whole season of the Force thing. I think they may have done something briefly, but not like we got or you guys got in California. What are they doing?
Yeah.
This is Disney World. We're bigger than Disneyland.
Calm down.
We have 4
Hold on.
parks. We have 6 parks.
I think it is a license thing because they've already existed here and stuff. It's easier
Who
to
would
do
get the
here and
money?
start here.
Darth Vader's family? Who? I don't understand. What licensing thing? Who's getting the money? A stormtrooper that was the family was blown up on the Death Star? Like,
No.
who would get the licensing? It doesn't make any sense.
Well,
It's Darth Vader and stormtroopers. You don't fine if for some reason you can't bring Luke or Ahsoka right away, but I don't understand why you couldn't bring Darth Vader and stormtroopers.
You guys didn't have Darth Vader for Star Tours or in your because you guys have a Tomorrowland.
We did have so they said Darth Vader was there. The few times we've gone, we have not seen Darth Vader. They put him outside of Star Tours. But why not just bring him to Batu then? If he could be at Star Tours, why can't he be at Batu?
That is the most exciting part is that
He's
they
just
are
gotta
all
walk
going to be
a
in
little
one
further.
space.
Just keep walking, buddy. Past a few bathrooms, a couple of ice cream stands, and you're there.
Just crossover
Yes.
baseline tap house.
I'll walk him there myself, and I'll say, "This is where you're going to stand from now on." But
Oh my
let's
god, I would
applaud
love
Disney.
to see
We're a
that.
step in the right direction, right? Well, we're going to
Yeah.
give them some credit. We're going to give them some credit. This is exciting.
yeah.
It's a step in the right direction.
Hmm.
It's right before Mandalorian and Grogu, or no, right
Yeah.
or right after.
No, right before. No, right
You're-
before.
Okay, so
April
yeah,
29th.
May. Okay, so we're in a step in the right direction, but they got to do it to Disney World too. They have to. Like I said, the sooner they get this done, the better.
Okay.
Look, if they don't look at the positivity online right now, it's explosive. I've not seen anybody complain and say no, they shouldn't do this. Everybody's like, finally, this is a huge
Let me-
step in the right direction.
Let me ask you, Craig, if they said we're going to do this to Disney World, but in 2 years, we can only do it in 2 years for whatever reason that they have, would that encourage you to come to California and to see it here before then?
Well, I'm going to be there for celebration, so no.
It wouldn't drive you here just for it, but you
No.
are now considering going to. Were you considering going to Disneyland for celebration regardless?
Yes, I'll go for
Okay.
celebration. But no, it's not going to, because why would I just go all the way just to see some characters? I'm going to see them at MegaCon. I'm going to see them at, you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
valid.
I see this
But not in
character
Batu.
dressed up.
But not in Batu. You wouldn't see them in Batu at MegaCon.
I'm not flying to California to see it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like there's new rides there and stuff. It's just some
Right.
characters walking around and some
Yeah.
minor changes, music. But this is a step in the right direction. And look at how excited people are.
I'm
I
excited.
was watching. In fact, I thought we were going to do the podcast a little bit later tonight. I was tempted to go through some of the posts to see how many were positive versus negative. I bet it's at least 90% positive on this change.
Well, I mean, we can do that right now.
Yeah,
People
I
are
think.
really
Well,
excited.
I think people just needed a change regardless of what direction. I think they went in the right direction for sure. But Batu, that's Groundhog Day feeling. It's like once you've done it once or twice, like you've done Savvy's, you've gone to Oga's, you've done Millennium Falcon, you've done Rise of the Resistance. That's it. There's nothing else to do and stuff. There were no really shows. There's nothing outside of that. So it's like once you've done it once, there's no reason to go back in there.
Sure, I agree. They need
Mhm.
to make it more exciting for the fans. And you guys were talking about the Star Cruiser. I went.
Mhm.
I did it
Oh.
on May the 4th weekend of the initial year, and I liked it. It was a good experience. That being said, I think it was not sustainable focusing on the sequel trilogy characters. You need, if you're going to drop $5,000 on that hotel for 3 days, it's got to be the guys that are in their 50s that are really excited to take their kids to see R2D2, Luke Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and the characters that you really love. Nobody wants to pay that much money, or I'll say not many people are that interested in paying that to see Rey and Kylo Ren and a bunch of characters that you don't really know. They could have made some interesting changes and kept it going, I think. If you had switched to like Mandalorian and Boba Fett board your ship, or instead of Poe Dameron coming, there's a fight scene on the bridge with Poe coming, switch it to Luke Skywalker and his X-Wing. Have R2-D2 as the droid that's on board the ship. Chewbacca was there briefly. I think that would have made more the big original trilogy fans that have that kind of disposable money go and take their family. It was expensive,
I agree.
but I would have gone back if they switched it up and made the story about the original trilogy characters and stormtroopers board your ship instead of the sequel stormtroopers. I would have went back again. I would have done it one more time.
Wow. And that's a pretty hefty price tag too. That means even with your experience just as it is sounds like it was a really good one.
It was fun. You have to really be involved with it. You have there
Yeah.
were some people that were just kind of walking around and do whatever, but then there were a lot of groups of people, especially I went May the 4th weekend. So you have the like super fans that are
Mhm.
trying to run around and talk to the different characters and solve the riddles and the puzzles and on their data pads. And then you go to the park and you are supposed to answer, find certain people and ask them questions and stuff like that. And when you do all that stuff, then it makes it a really engaging experience.
Yeah. That sounds fun. I would love for them to bring it back with this whole new storyline and stuff. Especially if it's
Here's-
just sitting there
here's
empty. Why
Jenna.
not?
Hi, Jenna.
Hi.
This is our
Aw.
Star Wars podcast. Jenna, you were on the Star Wars Hotel. What did you think? Remember when we went on the Star Wars Hotel?
Oh yeah, I did that when we were little. I loved it so much that it was on a YouTube video.
Yep, we did a YouTube video on it. But what did you think about the characters? Remember we were watching the characters the other day, like the Greedo looking female?
Oh yeah, and we opened the figures. Remember that?
Yeah, we opened some figures on the ship. But what did you think about it? The hotel, do you remember it?
It was good.
She liked it.
This is so cute.
That's awesome. That's really
She's
good.
so cute.
We're talking about
Thanks.
what you know.
Oh,
what
you're
you think-
welcome.
You can give your opinion on Star Tours real quick.
Sure.
What do you think about Star Tours?
I love Star Tours.
Who's your favorite character?
Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh, cute. Are you excited for the movie? Are you gonna go see it?
Yeah, and the new
Yeah.
ride is coming out.
See, she knows.
Oh,
And we were just there last week, right?
Yeah.
What we go on?
Rise of the Resistance.
Uh-huh.
nice.
And what else?
Do you like the part where it falls?
Star Tours.
Actually, that's a great question. That's
Do you
pretty
like
good.
the part?
No.
No.
I do not.
You see, that's what I'm saying. They should have another ride.
Did you scream? Did you go, oh no?
No. My dad told me if I'm brave, then I get to get ice cream.
Period. As
Yeah.
you should, queen.
I wanted I wanted to get ice cream, so I wanted to be brave in
Nor-
order to get ice cream.
Normally, you do cry. But she wanted that ice cream, so she didn't cry.
No,
What was the flavor?
it was just the regular bar.
The Mickey ice
Oh,
cream. bar.
okay. Oh, good choice.
And we also were on the Disney Wish, and you got to see the Star Wars, the little bar area. What did you think of that?
Oh yeah, I remember that I got this sparkling red water, and this guy
The
put
bartender?
the bartender put a big smoke bubble inside my drink. And then my
That's
dad got
fun.
to record it. And
I did.
also they were edible straws, which is we got to get each of them. There was tropical, lemon, chocolate, and strawberry. I love this
That sounds
strawberry
delicious.
one.
But
That
we
sounds
we
so
like the bar, right?
delicious.
Yeah, and we did strawberries trivia, remember? And my dad won 2 medals. And
We're
I
not
won
surprised.
One. I won one.
We're not surprised by that.
That's right. I
That
did it
sounds
2
right.
times, and I won both times.
Oh,
Okay, why don't you say goodbye? Go play.
but Daddy, I was wanting to make me some food.
Okay, well, we'll go after I'm done. Go play. Go get a snack. There's snacks.
That was amazing.
This is what she's like all the time. All the
She
time.
is amazing. Oh my god.
All the time.
I think she's my new
She
favorite
talks
podcaster.
to everybody everywhere we go like she's known them her whole life.
Please tell me you're bringing her to Celebration because me and her need to hang out and become best friends. We will go get ice cream.
Oh, I don't think she would do so well sitting in line for 6 hours at a time, though.
Valid. She will be like, we need to go because you need to feed me, sir.
Yeah, or 24 hours in some cases for lines. Not unless Lucasfilm wants to get us those VIP passes. We're listening. You heard the response to our suggestion 2 nights ago. Look at how people are excited.
Oh my god.
Definitely. So yeah, we
I'm
do have
telling
some
you.
comments on Instagram that I want to read here. The Chris ATX, he says, we booked 2 rooms with
Okay,
different
Chris.
names, and we got 2 days at Galaxy's Edge on opening day.
Nice.
He also says that the answer to the question, what is the building being used for? Chris.atx says it's used for office spaces for Imagineers. It cannot be used for an attraction because when they closed it, they took a tax write-off. Chris.atx also says on Instagram, I think it's easier from a state licensing perspective to make these changes quicker in California than in Florida. There you go, Craig.
and that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Just make them happen. Just make them happen.
It's not like Disney doesn't have the lawyers and finances to do it all.
Yeah. So, Craig, you said you want to read some of the responses on social media here. So this is on Twitter/X. The first thing that pops up is from the Boba Fett fan club. It says "Ready for it," and it's a GIF of Boba Fett just like turning his head menacingly. The next comment is not such a great one. 7 years late trying to make it how it should have been in the first place. Kind of like what I said. Now change the rides.
It's such that's a valid, but that's very valid. Everyone's like, why are we doing this whole new storyline? It's fun for like a couple months, but give us some familiarity. but they'll never change the rides. That's just way too much. Like Smuggler Run is easy. It's a screen. You just upload a new video,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'll
But
read a
Rise of
couple
the
more
Resistance
here.
will not change.
Epic Edition Vader's presence will level up Galaxy's Edge, locked in for April.
Nice.
I don't see why they couldn't change Rise though. If they just switch some things, I mean, the AT-ATs look like AT-ATs. I mean, what would
They would
be
have to change out Finn, the
Sure,
Finn animatronic, the
you
Kylo
could
Ren
you could make it
animatronic.
you could make it Han.
But the Kylo Ren animatronic is used so frequently. They'd have to change that to Darth Vader. And I mean, they could. They'd have to rewrite all new dialogue.
And this person says, my favorite thing about Disney Star Wars was that they purchased the most iconic villain of all time and made the decision that he wasn't needed in the new theme park that was centered around Star Wars. Seems like a no-brainer. And someone else says, too little, too late.
Oh.
And someone says, it's a bad time to be broke and live too far away.
Valid.
And this person says, include Disney World for the character appearances too, please. And the next comment is the original trilogy as the new theme for Galaxy's Edge. And then they have a gift that says, I like that.
Nice.
Someone says, cool. That looks really cool. I'm looking through a couple more here. Seeing Vader walk around like that would stop me in my tracks. Yeah, if they got a 6'7" guy in that Vader suit, I mean, that is like super imposing.
Whoever they have that plays Chewie would play both characters.
Yeah. And here's that gif. Can you see it? He's holding a lightsaber. It's kind of tough to see.
I love it.
Yeah, I think what Craig said, I mean, everyone's reacting to it. Everyone, I think it's mostly positive. It's kind of saying, hey, look, guys, you should have did this a long time ago, if not at the very, like, day one of this.
Yeah.
And then someone says, why the heck did this take nearly 10 years?
That's like the crazy part. It's like people have been asking for this for so long. That's why it makes me think like it has to be some kind of legal logistics.
Someone says, add Thrawn next. That'd be a good one.
Ooh, yeah. You know
I
what I
think-
think it is too?
I looked on all the different social medias, Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram, X, and it was overwhelmingly positive. There are some people that are like, should have happened a long time ago. But even those people are still happy. It's not like they're complaining that they're getting rid of the sequels, which I think would be the only thing Disney had to worry about. But I don't see anybody saying, no, I'm glad, or I wish we were staying with the Batuu theme and sequel trilogy and Last Jedi timeline.
Yeah. You know what I think a part of it too, why they didn't make this switch? Well, it could be, I mean, potentially it is. People who love the original trilogy do not like Disney. They don't like Disney buying Star Wars. They don't like what Disney's done with Star Wars. So maybe Disney was kind of like, that's not our marketplace. Like, we were aiming for a different, like, group.
I think that was maybe a tiny percentage of people, but I mean, like I was saying earlier, like the old heads, like the people that are older than me that saw it when they were 12 in 1977, they were really anticipating Star Wars Land. And you see it in some articles, it's called Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
They didn't get it. They got Galaxy's Edge, something predicated to the newer storytelling, to the newer characters. And we all were dreaming. I remember when we were all dreaming about it back in 2015. This place is going to be great. It's going to have Luke, Leia, Han, all the stuff that they're going to add. I mean, that's what we were anticipating.
Honestly,
And it's crazy.
they've got to be some small changes that could make a big difference to that place, because, you know, I go there all the time. You know, we have annual passes. We're constantly at the Orlando one. And, you know, it just feels very dead in there. Like they should have some droids flying around that are drones. They could do it in an area where people aren't. They should have some droids on walkways that are up and above. They should have even some stormtroopers walking around from time to time in different areas. But they don't do anything like that, so it just feels flat. Or even if they had windows where it looks like there's, I don't know, like a building that you can't go in. If they had an open window where it looked like there's some animatronics, maybe having a drink or sitting down or watching like the HoloNet or something, so it feels like it's alive with characters.
Yeah.
Those minor changes wouldn't be that big, but it would make a big difference to the whole feel of the place.
I agree. That would be nice. And it's so small. I thought was really interesting. Disney Parks blog, their post called it Star Wars Land, not Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
So they're really accepting this like growth of it.
So yeah, here's the map right here, the current map, right, of Disneyland Galaxy's Edge. And here's what it will look like coming up, essentially.
Yeah, you saw the
Empire
picture.
Strikes Back.
Yeah, we saw the picture you sent us, Craig.
I put a big no over sequel trilogy and sent it to the group in case people are wondering. We're in the right direction. It's exciting to see that they're finally acknowledging, after years of trying to force the sequel trilogy on us, they're finally relenting a bit. And maybe it's related to Kathleen Kennedy allegedly stepping down.
That's a good point, Craig.
Yep.
Said it. And then yesterday there was that whole Welcome to Lucasfilm video that Disney posted. And it's like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes about Welcome to Lucasfilm. At the end of it is like Dave Filoni talking and stuff.
Right.
It's like, I don't know. It's interesting. We have a bunch of things
Kathleen Kennedy
in a row.
She is in the video, but she's just kind of like in the background somewhere and never talks to camera. So that just lends
she was carrying
more.
a box out. I don't know what that meant. I'm kidding. I know they're listening to the show because they listened to what I said just 3 nights ago.
Yeah.
Keep asking them for
They're
VIP badges for us.
Like, what did he say about the drones? But they need to make things a little bit more interactive when you're there. Maybe there's a droid that when you walk by it, it looks at you or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's not enough of that to make you feel like you're really there.
Yeah.
You can only do Savi's workshop so many times.
Yeah. Put some windows in buildings and make it look like there's creatures inside doing stuff.
Yeah.
Make some animatronics. That can't be too hard.
Yeah, like Ugnaughts re-piecing back, like maybe 3PO, like the scene from Empire.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be interesting. A conveyor belt moving with droid parts on it. But you can only see in there. You can't go in there, right?
Right.
Just like a little cutout in the wall, like closer to the ground, and you just see like a little window with Babu Freak in there, just tinkering away and little like sparks and stuff.
Maybe, if you look down and maybe you could like see a little movement or something like that. Yeah.
I would love to see the Anzellans.
Some Jawas, they could do some animatronic Jawas. Like they have that one whole area where the speeder is. It's like a junk area, but there's like nothing there. Like there's no droid moving around back there, or why not put some of those little droids that wander around? Those little like duck droids. What are they? BD droids?
Yeah.
Why not put them in that area where they're self-contained and they can only walk around in that little area, and an astromech or something?
Because people will try to jump in there and grab it. That's the problem. Those things always need cast members around them because the way people like rush them is really intense. It is. Like I saw them twice, and it's like everyone in the park heard, and it was just like 1,000 people circling these 3 tiny little droids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I'm sure they can think of something.
Well, you know what's even sadder, Craig? There's this part in Batu West where there's like 5 or 6 droids all just lined up, and they're just sitting there.
outside
doing
the
nothing.
droid shop.
Yes. And it's like literally you can just have them move their heads, making beeping noises at each other, and that would bring so much, like, make a difference.
Well, you can. It connects to the data pad. If you
No,
use your
ours don't.
phone, you can link up to them and stuff. I did that when I was at the Star Wars hotel. That's one of, like, there's missions where you can interact and do stuff and make them beep.
I don't think they do it anymore because I've done like the
Maybe
bounty
they don't
hunter
do that
one and
at yours,
everything.
but they do
Oh,
it at
maybe.
ours because we had the hotel.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So there's like 6 of them right outside the droid shop, and you can
Mhm.
get them if you solve puzzles on your phone. Like, they're kind of like little Tetris puzzles where you have to move things around, and then it makes things activate and noises, and the droids come on.
That's fun. That's
Yeah.
fun.
They need more of that. I think they could do stuff like that and really get people excited. You know?
Yeah.
Another comment from Chris.atx on Instagram. He says they need to bring the Jawas back that you would trade with. You give them something and they give you a little piece of a droid action figure.
That's cool. I would do that.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. And I mean,
I
we're
don't
just like
remember that.
spitballing here, and it's like we're thinking about cool stuff. And thanks, Chris, for that. And it's like, I mean, it should blow your mind every time you walk into that spot. It should be like you do not want to leave.
I agree.
It should. I mean, there should be like a wait list to get into that place.
Yeah.
Well, that's
how
what they
great it
originally
should
had
be.
planned. That's what they originally had planned, was like when Galaxy's Edge first opened, there was like boarding groups, which was a virtual queue to basically get in a line to get into the land.
Mhm.
They never had to use it.
Wow.
They had the whole system set up and they expected it to be wild that way, that everyone was going to try to go there. Never had to use it. Never turned it on.
Here's another thing, an easy thing that they could do. There's like 2 main entrances to ours, and the stormtroopers are all the way over by one area where Kylo Ren is. Why not have one at the other entrance, kind of where the Muppets are when you first walk in? They should have a couple of stormtroopers there. I thought it'd be perfect if they built like a little outpost, even if there's one in there that it's just turning its head and looks like it's looking at monitors, watching who's coming into the area. Like, that's easy stuff to do that really makes you feel like excited to be there. You know, make a couple stormtroopers walk around on the other end too. I mean, that's not much more that it's costing the staff to do that in a day.
Yeah.
I don't know about for East, but Disneyland has cut back on entertainment drastically. Like there's not a lot of like character performers, there's not a lot of music, not a lot of things. We really get a parade and a fireworks show. Outside of that, it's like the Dapper Dans, the Five and Dime, and that's it. They cut a lot of our entertainment.
To me. Here's why it doesn't make any sense to me. You have how many thousands of people come in there in cars alone that are paying $30 a pop? Isn't that alone covering the cost of the cast members that day, let alone the ticket sales and the food and the merchandise? I mean, they're making massive amounts of profits. And I think if they invest a little bit more, people are going to be excited to go more.
But well, the reason I ask for you if it's different, if you guys have more live entertainment than we do, is because I know California passed a law saying if you hire a freelance or a contracted like entertainment and stuff like that. So like for us, Food and Wine Festival, we had a lot of different bands that would play. But if you brought in contracted one of those bands a certain amount of hours a year, they have to become an employee, which forces them to not be able to get work outside of Disney. So a lot of our live entertainment got cut for that reason because of like union laws, things like that, which would force a lot of these people who play instruments, do music, sing, etc., have to become fully just Disney employees and not be able to do tours and things like that.
I don't know. I'm sure it's very different in Florida. We probably have a whole different set of laws. But I don't know. I feel like they've missed out on a gold mine with Star Wars, and maybe
agree.
now they're finally acknowledging that with this change, because people seem genuinely very excited about this, which I could have told them, which I did tell them actually a few days ago. They can go, they were probably watching that podcast. They were probably came back to see if Craig, it's like, let's see if Craig thanks us for making these changes. Well, thank you, Disney, but fix it in Orlando too.
No, thank you, Craig.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm a voice of reason.
You are.
I'm the voice of reason here.
Yeah.
I mean, the things that they have to do aren't really that huge, but they can make a difference. I mean, imagine you're walking around Batuu and you see a couple of drones that look like droids fly up in the area, and it looks like it's busy. You know, maybe like the ones that are in A New Hope and on Tatooine. You see those little droids by the cantina.
Yeah, yeah.
Around, like one of them tries to knock it down. You know, you have something like a couple of those fly by every 10 minutes. People are gonna be like, "Oh, look at a droid!" You know, they're gonna get excited.
For like us, like fans, I remember when I walked through Galaxy's Edge and I can hear certain ships.
Yeah, and the screeching of the TIE fighters, that's always awesome.
Yes, exactly. And I'm like, oh, a TIE fighter. Oh, a cargo ship just went by. Things like that. And those little touches like that are always so exciting for me. So to see a droid fly by, even if it was like a probe droid on some kind of cable and it was going through the Empire section and stuff like that, that'd be super cool. And they sell that. They sell that as a toy in the droid shop in downtown Disney at Star Traders. They sell probe droid toys. So how nice of a connection that would be.
Yeah, I think those little touches make a huge difference. And even things like who's the is his name Savvy, the one that's like a Ithorian, whatever he is,
yeah.
Hammerhead.
Whoa, you don't know the name, Craig?
What is
Are you
he?
talking about Doc
Ithorian.
Ithorian.
Hammerhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doc Gondar.
Doc Gondar. Okay. So even if they had more characters like that, like if you're in that little shopping,
question. Write that down, David. That's a trivia question right there.
Ithorian.
Write it down.
Even if they had some characters like above that shopping area where they look like they're talking, and you could see them in the window when you're walking by, I think people would really like that.
Yeah. I love going into Doc Gondar's.
Yeah.
I love going in there and watching Doc Gondar in his little cage just kind of squirrel around and stuff.
Yeah, and he actually looks like he's doing some stuff.
Yeah. He's keeping tabs. All the things he's got.
Yeah, I think his lips do move, right?
Yeah.
Did you try and kiss him? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Nah, his lips are just really fascinating. I think we got in there, we're just looking at him, and then he moved, and you saw his lips move, and it's whoa.
That's why they have him in a cage, David.
That was good. That was
it's funny though. I did kiss a droid.
What?
I did kiss a droid.
Okay, Lando.
That's a good joke, Greg. Back at Star Wars Celebration in Chicago, they had one of the buggies for Rise of the Resistance with the black dome, and I kissed one of them, and they said one of them is gonna. They said that one is gonna be in the park, so I just don't know which one I kissed. So,
are you guys official?
Oh my goodness!
I actually saw a lady marry R2-D2 at one of the celebrations.
Cute.
Yo.
Yeah, there was a ceremony. I'm pretty sure Steve Sansweet is the one who.
Okay, you officiated it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Some wacky stuff going on. What are they putting in that blue milk?
Oh gosh.
Mary actually tried the pink milk. Mary, you want to talk about that?
Oh yeah. Don't drink it, guys.
Really? Okay.
Don't do it. Okay, you know what it is? Okay, texture is the exact same as the blue milk and green milk. So that was not not an issue for me. Do you remember that pink medicine you take as a kid that's amoxicillin?
Like Pepto-Bismol?
Kind of. It's like Pepto-Bismol, but with more of a citrus flavor to it.
Whoa.
That's exactly what it tastes exactly like that amoxicillin that you take when
Mhm.
you're a kid and stuff. That's the flavor. Some people
Ye-
are like, "Oh, it tastes like strawberry banana." No, it doesn't.
Strawberry banana.
It looks like a strawberry banana smoothie, but it's not.
Yeah. The drinks in the cantina are pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Outer rims are good. The
Yeah.
fuzzy tauntaun is good. Jet juice is good.
What's the
Got
one
'em
with
all.
like Powerade and Sprite in it?
That's the
Jamba
children's
Juice?
drink, David.
It was good. It was
That's
really
the Jamba
good.
Juice.
I kept on having
That's like
those.
boba in
And I
it.
had
I think
They even have some pretty good like beers on tap there too. The thing that I wish
haven't had
they would
those.
change about they're pretty good. The one thing I do wish they would change about, which I understand why they do it the way they do, but it's all batched alcohol drinks. It's not like a full bar where they will like have bartenders make you drinks. It's all pre-batched alcohol and stuff. So it's like, it's okay.
Oh, it's pre-batch. They don't make the
Yeah.
actual drink there.
Everything's pre-batched at Oga's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
there's only
interesting.
if you guys want to know full bars at Disneyland, there's only like 3 of them.
I don't know what's at Disney World. I'm sure there's
Well,
some
you guys have a
restaurants that have
lot.
alcohol.
You have a lot of full bars because you guys have so many resorts.
Oh, yeah, at the resorts. Sure.
The resorts
In
are
Disney
all
Springs.
California Grill.
I was just thinking the
Oh,
theme park.
oh yeah. So I think for us, Lamplight Lounge at California Adventure is a full bar. Carthay Circle is a full bar, also at California Adventure. And then outside of that is the hotel restaurants. There are no other full bars in the parks.
Well, we're gonna have to check them out in the next celebration.
There you go.
So this is exciting news, though, because there's a lot of changes coming to the parks. Well, at least California right now. I think they have to bring it to Orlando. Maybe they're going to wait like a year. But if people keep making this amount of noise, and believe me, I'm going to be going into the park and guest services and making some noise. Trust me. Because that's the way to do it, right? I had a friend who works for Disney say either tag them on social media or go into the guest relations yourself and tell them. That's when they take it more seriously.
I'm curious because they always send me surveys. After I've been in the park, I get an email be like, hey, we saw that you were in the park. Fill out this survey and stuff like that. I wonder how many people filled out a survey saying, I wish Galaxy's Edge would change up a bit.
Somebody on X posted that it was the #1 request from Disney. I asked them, I'm like, how do you know that? And I don't think they replied to me. But I had heard that it was the #1 request.
Because they know where you spend money as well. They're like, what areas did you go? And you pick, oh, Galaxy's Edge, New Orleans Square, etc. What shops did you go to in this one? Why not? And stuff like that. So I could see this being a part of it because they ask. I always get the survey every single time I'm in the park.
I don't get it all the time, but when I do, I always try and incorporate. We want the original trilogy. Get that? We love Star Tours, but we want more of the original trilogy all the time.
So you really did do this, whether they were watching the podcast or not. This was all you, Craig.
I don't know. I mean, there's an awful a disturbance in the forest, shall we say?
Too funny.
I mean, it is funny that I was literally on a tirade on Sunday night. And I'm like, they've got to do something about this. And they did. Maybe.
Yeah, they actually had a press conference type of thing on Monday, and media found out Monday, and it just got released today.
The night after our podcast, Dave Filoni was up. He was tossing and turning. He's like, I don't know what I should do. I think Craig is onto something. Let's fix this. He woke up in the middle of the night, sweating like Anakin in episode 3.
Dave, if you're watching, say hi.
Come on, Dave. Just say hi. Let us know if he says hi.
I will. Let me check Instagram real quick.
He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't dare.
He wouldn't
He-
dare.
He wouldn't reveal himself.
The president of Lucasfilm wouldn't do such a thing.
But he's
Um,
listening. I could feel it.
Yeah, the other thing I think we want to talk about before we go is that we made an announcement a couple days ago that we'll be in Las Vegas.
Woo!
Yep,
I
looks
booked
like
my
that.
hotel today.
Craig, you going?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go
Oh,
to
gosh.
Vegas. I mean, it'd be cool to go for sure, but I'm not sure. Would it really be worth the trip for me? You know, like I have kids. If I didn't have kids, it's different.
Yeah, well, we'll be at Level Up Con live podcasting at the Legion Sabres booth, I believe. And I believe it's April 24th through the 26th.
Yep.
So if you go to Level Up Con in Vegas, we'll be there. Come talk to us. Come say hi. Come buy some lightsabers. Come play with some lightsabers. It'll all be there.
Bring your
Super
droids.
fun.
David will kiss them.
Yeah, I booked my hotel. I'm booking my flights. I will be there. I am so excited.
Can we talk about the? Yeah, that'll be great. And another one. Can we talk about SpaceCon with Bob's comment today?
Yes.
Ew.
Can you pull it up?
Yeah, I'll pull it up here. Give me a second.
So Bob posted something about the big Star Wars guest, and that basically that looks like the contract's getting signed soon for whoever this is. They've never been to a convention. Supposed to be huge. I personally think it's Samuel L. Jackson or Liam Neeson. If I
I'm
had
leaning
to
towards
guess-
Liam Neeson.
If I had to guess, I would say Sam Jackson. That would be my guess.
Do you want to wager some money on it, Craig?
How
Since you're
much?
not going to go to Vegas, we can have our own little bet.
We'll make a. Well, how about we bet a drink?
Okay, at SpaceCon, a drink.
Sounds good.
There we go. I say Liam.
Okay, I say Sam.
All right. You guys heard it here.
I would say it'd be Sam
It's-
too.
Watch,
I'll
it's
just
none
read
of
the
them.
update here. It says from Bob Wills, the Star Wars guest I've been alluding to will get announced next week. His attorney approved our agreement today and sent it to him for signature finally.
Him.
There you go. I changed the color.
I don't think there's really a female in the running for this.
Well, he might have just been
No,
like messing with
he
us
already
and it
confirmed
was
it to
actually
him.
Natalie. Yeah.
He already said it's not Natalie Portman, and he said it's a he. So it
Yeah.
really, to me, it has to be Frank Oz, Liam Neeson, or Samuel L. Jackson. Those are the only three that really make sense.
Do we know if any of them have never been to a convention?
I don't think any of them have ever been to a convention.
Let's see what Google has to say.
And
I
to
wouldn't
me,
be surprised if it was Frank Oz.
either
Yeah.
Frank or Samuel L. would make the most sense because they both fight Sidious. But it makes even more sense for Samuel L. Jackson since, Hayden and Samuel L. and Ian are all in the same scene.
Oh, okay. So he said they've never been to a convention. Samuel L. Jackson has attended multiple conventions, most notably San Diego Comic-Con for Marvel.
But did he sign autographs? I don't think he's ever done autographs. Not like sitting down with the fans and taking pictures and stuff.
Let's see Frank Oz.
I don't think either have. I'd be happy with either of those three.
Me too.
Honestly,
Frank Oz has attended conventions, but avoids large-scale fan conventions as Comic-Cons for Star Wars celebrations.
I think it's one of those three. Who else could it be?
I don't know. I'm leaning more towards Liam.
I'm
Who
gonna
played
give
Kit Fisto? That guy.
It's possible.
Oh no.
Maybe
I mean-
Silas Carson?
He's done stuff. He used to do
Right.
Disney weekends. I think it's one of those three. That's what I think.
Mm.
Well,
All will
you
be
weren't-
revealed.
Jackson.
Yep.
I like
He's a big spokesman.
margaritas. Margaritas on the rocks.
I like margaritas too.
Perfect. We're gonna have
Yep.
to find somewhere that serves margaritas while we're in Space God.
Also, I think one last thing here. I saw this pop up, and I saw a lot of people report on it. I haven't done any research on it, but is this real? Andor won Best Series. They won the Golden Tomato on Rotten Tomatoes.
I hope so because I
I've
love
never
that.
heard of the Golden Tomato.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, they were all at the Golden Globes, and we didn't talk about it because they didn't air it. But Ludwig Göransson won a Golden Globe for Sinners, but they gave him the award during a commercial break.
Rude.
So yeah, Stellan Skarsgård won for his film, his indie film, and then Ludwig won for Sinners. Andor didn't win anything, I don't think.
I think Diego Luna had a quote when he was on the red carpet, and he said, "I'm happy to be here representing Andor and all of the brilliant actors that didn't get nominated."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, get him, Diego, get him." You tell them.
Yeah, it makes no sense that there weren't some nominations in there, especially for Genevieve O'Reilly and
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
Tallulah.
Yeah. So
Let me ask you this before we go.
Yeah.
A lot of the people are already saying that by moving away from the sequel trilogy at the parks, Disney is having to admit that it was failing and that they have to do something. Would you agree?
Yes
they
and no.
publicly come out and say it.
No,
I
they'll
think it's
never
a
do
yes
that.
and no. I think it's a yes and no scenario, no matter how you cut it, because they were always going to have to do something different. It was never just going to stay the sequel trilogy. They were always going to have to pivot. They were always going to have to evolve. They're always going to have to do something different. So this is just, I mean, maybe they still think that, oh yeah, I mean, we should have done what we did, when clearly they never should have did that. So
I could have designed a better Star Wars land in my dream and been like, okay, this is what we're going to have. We're going to have some speeder bike ride. We're going to have some
That'd be fun.
yeah,
A
right?
pod race ride.
A pod race ride. That would be great.
I would agree with you, Craig, if they were getting rid of everything. If they were doing a full rehaul of Rise of the Resistance and getting rid of all of the sequel stuff, then I'd be like,
Well,
yeah,
the
they're
Flight
kind
of
of
the Falcon
admitting.
is changing.
Yeah, but even Flight of the Falcon really had very minimal to do with the sequels. Like Millennium Falcon's Smugglers Run was not so much about the sequels. I think it's more about about Rebels. I think that's what I associate it with more. But if they were getting rid of all the sequel stuff, it doesn't feel like they're getting rid of it. It feels like they're adding in. Like they're not really changing anything that's based around the sequels in Galaxy's Edge. Rey will still be there.
Will Kylo Ren still be there?
no, he's getting moved out.
He's getting moved out. He's getting swapped with
And
Darth
the remnant
Vader.
or the sequel stormtroopers are leaving.
Yeah, the First Order stormtroopers are gone.
Yeah. But I also know they've swapped out Darth Vader with Kylo Ren on Star Tours. So he'll still be in the parks in some version.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
I think they're still both in Star Tours.
Yeah, but you get the Kylo Ren one a lot now. Like it is
Mhm.
really hard to get the
Yeah.
Vader sequence.
Yeah, it's true. You rarely get the Vader. We get him
Yeah.
occasionally, and we go on it all the time.
Same. I always end up with like the combination of Andor and Ahsoka or Mando and Ahsoka, but always Kylo.
Yeah, we do get him a lot. If
Mhm.
every once in a while you get Ahsoka or the Han Solo, you see him running.
I've never gotten Han. Never.
And then sometimes you get Boba Fett with Darth Vader in the beginning. There's like two different Boba Fett ones. One I think he lands down on the jetpack, and then one where he just is like standing next to Vader.
I've never gotten that one. I've always gotten the
that's a
Vader
good-
on that like kind of flying little hoverboard thing.
Yeah,
That's the
and then
only time I've
sometimes
gotten
you
Vader.
get it's a lot. We went last week and we went on it, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. And I think we got the Jakku sequence all 3 times. One of them was
Wow.
the Finn version, and then 2 of them was the Rey version. And then what did we get? I think we got the stupid Last Jedi part all 3 times. And I'm just like, come on, like
Where they're going
the other
through
part
the
where they're
crate,
over crate, and then they're
crate and the salt.
yeah.
Were
I
you
was
the
like-
secret spy on any of those?
Yes, both. Jenna
recognize
was
you.
one, no, Jenna was the secret spy on one, and Lucas was the secret spy on the other. It was crazy. Jenna,
Oh, wow.
here's me. Jenna, come here. Do you remember what happened when you were on the Star Tours ride?
Yeah.
What? Come over here so they can see you. What? Tell them what happened.
Actually, I didn't remember.
You were the secret spy.
I was a secret spy.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then your brother was too?
Yeah.
That was the greatest kid moment of my life. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it.
What do you think of Star Tours?
It's good.
How many times did we go on it last time?
About like 2 times or 3.
I think it was 3 or 4.
I think it was 5.
No, we're changing out.
500.
1,400.
Yeah, valid.
Surprised you didn't say. I'm surprised you didn't say 6, 7.
Oh,
Oh
gosh.
no.
I thought she was gonna say 6, 7. Okay, go upstairs. You need to go to bed.
Okay.
Your mom is gonna kill us.
All right. So the very, very last thing I'm happy to say is check out our website, starstuffpodcast.com. James wrote an article about today's news. So he wasn't on the podcast, so you can read his thoughts.
Was he like this?
No, you know what? James has been wanting change in Galaxy's Edge. He's been tired of the Groundhog's Day. I feel like he's said it on the podcast a few times, and his article is really good and stuff too.
Yeah, so check it out. So also, you want to check out our Instagram. Thank you for everyone that logged on to Instagram and watched us and commented. Thank you, Chris. At Star Wars Stuff Pod, we are on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Stuff Pod. We're on Blue Sky. We're on Threads. Star Wars Stuff Pod. Of course, support us on Patreon. Thank you for everyone that has. It's helping us buy stuff for Vegas. We're also on TikTok. You can email us at starwarstuffpodcast@gmail.com. We're on Facebook. We have a page and a group. And, of course, give us 5 stars on Apple and Spotify, please. Write a review if you can. And, of course, the website. Check it out. We're going to be adding more stuff. I think at least one new story a week. I know we're not website writers or journalists, but
That's
we're
the
going to
goal.
try and start adding more to it. So check all that out. Also want to give a shout out to Countdown City Geeks. We work with them, and I have the website right here, countdowncitygeeks.com, and really cool people over there. Ted's awesome. We'll be going to San Diego Comic-Con most likely because of Countdown City Geeks, and you'll be able to see us there too. So for Mary, Craig 5, my name is David, and may the Force be with you. What?
Ibuprofen? What?
I said this one's for Adam. I believe. Now you guys have to do it. You guys all have to say it after I say it. Ready?
I believe.
Dude,
Amoxicillin.
no, it's from Stranger Things.
From Stranger Things.
Yeah, when Mike tells a story about what Elle's doing, and then they all
Oh,
go around the circle.
I already
and they go,
forgot
"I
about
believe."
Stranger Things.
I believe.
Are we going to get a Stranger Things land?
Ooh. Demogorgons
bet you-
chasing Craig around.
Oh man,
Ooh.
Netflix
I'm
is gonna have
getting
a
about to get
park.
chased around now. I got to put these kids to bed.
All
I
right.
gotta go.
All right.
Bye.
Till next time, guys. May the force be with you always.
Oh,